What up, Big Athens, Georgia? It's a spiritual pleasure to be here this evening. My name's Frank Hurricane, y'all. Let's hear it for the Holy Space Brother. Such an incredible set. One of my best buddies. That was incredible. Let's hear it for the Holy Cult of Rigonia. That was incredible, man. Incredible. Deeply spiritual session. Let's hear it for the Holy Nathan Shizzies. And the Holy Cholo Cholo. Hell yeah, guys. My name's Frank Hurricane. I'm gonna warm these fingers real quick. Psychedelic song here. Old school called Good Morning Sun. Hell yeah. Spiritual pleasure, y'all. If any holy cholas want to come up to the front of the chola, you could, anybody, just there, if anybody be blocked by shrimps back there or something, there's some girthed out room up here. Oh, when you're out on that holy trail, now it might be that Appalachian Trail, might be that Pacific Pubic Crest Trail. It might be, the Shrimpanotti Trail in Michael Potter's backyard or something like that. You get yourself a trail name. Now, my trail name's Manimal. You can't give yourself a name, you got to get given it. And I lucked out. Most people have names of things they fucked up, they did wrong. Shitfoot, assface, boar fucker, shat backwards, Colgate, Aquafresh, lizard sucker. Different names like that. Crazy fucked up names. I got Manimal because a psychedelic army ranger popped out of a hated bivvy sack underneath a picnic table, top of Trey Mountain, Georgia. He said, "You coming with me?" I said, "Dude, I was used to doing 2 miles per hour pace. This fool had me going 7 miles an hour up over these mystical ridges and peaks. He was throwing Snickers bars at me. I was deep throating them down. Snickers bars. That's how you go 7 miles an hour. Flying up them motherfucking mountains. Made it to the spot where the psychedelic van was supposed to pick us up. I got there 5 hours early. Had to twiddle my thumbs for 5 hours. When that van and everybody else showed up on time, they were doing 2 miles an hour. I told the dude in the van and the people, I said, this is what happened. He goes, you the manimal. That's how I got that name. You know, there's all kinds of names, like I was saying. Dandelion, all kinds of mystical names like that. But I met a dude, he had a real great name. This is about 2 years ago I met him. His trail name was Girthworm Jim. Now this dude, he looked just like Earthworm Jim, that character they had up on that mystical screen a minute ago. He looked just like him, but there was no girth. This dude was emaciated as a motherfucker, shriveled. I said, where's the girth? He goes, in my drawers. I said, oh my God. This dude was off the chain. He was acting all strange. He wouldn't let people take his picture and stuff. Real awkward. And I said, damn, son, something up about this guy, but I like him a lot. Girthworm Jim. You know, we were hanging pretty deep. Went to the Walmart, had some spiritual sessions up in there, and we were just having some fun. And turned out, I found out about a week later, my boy was actually on the run from the haunted police of Jacksonville, Florida. And that's why he had hopped on the Holy Appalachian Trail in the first place. He had a quote about Jackson, Vegas. He said, in Jacksonville, you're either pulling triggers or you're pushing plungers. And if you ever been to that mecca of modern society, Jacksonville, Florida, you would know he hit that motherfucking nail right on the head. This holy song I wrote for him, true story, called Girthworm Jim. Girthworm Jim, what kind of trouble are you in? I heard you were running from the law. Stay on the trail until the fall. You won't have no worries at all. Girthworm Jim, I'd love to be your friend, but it's hard to know much about you when you're cold and silent like a statue, but the world won't go on without you. I took you to Chinese buffet, that's when I know of near GA. Ooh, you really pissed off the boss when you dipped your testicuales in the sauce. For words, the whole place was at a loss. Are you always high as a kite that ain't a Delta 9 to suit you right? Always dogging down a honey bun. Oh, we really had some fun. So glad to have met you on the run. Girthworm Jim, what kind of trouble are you in? I heard you were running from the law. Live on a trail into the fall. You won't have no worries at all. It's a spiritual pleasure, guys. You know, I found myself at a psychedelic location of Firehouse Subs. Now, we all know that our boy Jason here in Athens almost went to jail for the hate of mayonnaise at a Firehouse Subs. So I don't need to tell y'all about that. Big Jason, the spiritual sleepwalking shrimp with that mayonnaise sub with the squirting all over that steering wheel, he almost went to jail for it. But I don't need to tell y'all about that. He was really angry. But I went to a spiritual location of Firehouse Subs, and of course I got no mayo. But I rolled up in this holy Firehouse Subs, a strange location of the suburbs of Atlanta, Georgia. This fucking Firehouse Subs was so lit up in this place. It was packed to the gills. Families, little kids on the walls crawling up and shit. It was packed to the motherfucking gills. The wait was out the door. It was insane. It was lit like a shrimp with a peanut allergy inside a Texas chode house. It was off the chain. The vibes were rocking. It was lit up. Finally got up to the counter. I said to the dude, he said, "What do you have?" I said, "Dog, give me a girthed out 12-incher. Mystical brisket and cheese, dog. Extra jalapenos, no mayo." He goes, "Extra jalapenos? You like spice?" I said, "Yeah." He goes, "You like spice?" I said, "Yes, sir." He goes, "Marcus, go up in the back. Get the ass reaper." I said, "What the fuck? I don't think I want to get my ass reaped." "Marcus, go up in the back of this place. Get that ass reaper." These Caucasian families, their jaws were shattering the foundation of this motherfucking restaurant. They had to rebuild it afterwards because these families were so shocked. "Marcus, get the fucking ass reaper now!" I'm like, oh my God, are they taking me in the back? What's going on here? He come out with a little bottle of hot sauce. Looked pretty scary in a haunted font. It said, "Ass Reaper." I said, I don't want nothing to do with this. But I doused my sandwich in it. I doused that sandwich in it, guys. And the dude was looking at me. His eyes were kind of bulging out of his head. Looked like some of them shrimps in that twisted ass AI movie we was just watching. Eyes bulging out like Robert, that wild stuffed mannequin gangster over there. He saw me douse that sandwich. He said, "Dude, you're gonna shit your pants tonight." Guys, he didn't lie to me. This song right here, this goes out to all y'all Athenian gangsters out here. Let me make sure I'm in tune here. It's a brand new track. I've been very excited to debut a few of these songs here tonight in Athens, Georgia, because I talk about Athens, Georgia in some of these songs here. Yeah, this goes out to all y'all. It's called "Addicted to Thrills." I'm at the Bulldog Inn in Athens, Georgia. Yeah, I'm up to something. I got my Jimmy hats for that homegirl I met on Snapchat. I gave my Lyft driver half of a $5 bill. He'll get the other half when I come back out. I'm addicted to thrills. Addicted to thrills. Addicted to thrills. Addicted to thrills. Oh. Ooh, them bed bugs are eating me alive. Some words were spoken by an incestuous rapper from Hoboken. I'm a sipping whole garden. I'm doing pills, I'm addicted to thrills. Down at the murder suicide Papa John's in Fort Payne, Alabama. If we're lucky, we won't wake up in the slammer. I'm in search of things most other people fill me up to the gills. Heaven help me, I'm addicted to thrills. Addicted to thrills. Addicted to thrills. Addicted to thrills. Thank you, guys. Woo! That's a brand new jam. I know some people done some naughty things up at that Bulldog Inn up in this holy room tonight, I'm sure. You know, we cruised past the Bulldog Inn earlier today. Cruising over to Holy Roger's place, I seen so many psychedelic roadside walking shrimps. Around this part of town, I seen mystical shrimps walking down the street. You know when you're walking, not when you're walking, but when you're driving down those mystic back highways, or maybe even it's a big interstate, but you're cruising down that road. You see some shrimp walking down the side of the road that you know no one should ever walk down. And you see that they're on a holy mission. You don't know what it is, but you always know, you can tell they're on a psychedelic mission. I'm often that shrimp. I bet a lot of y'all are too, but when you see them, you just get this wild vibe. And it's off the chain. That's what this next song's about, y'all. It's called Roadside Traveler Blues. Roadside juggalo, trying to have some fun in a world that's finna blow. Where he's headed next, no way to tell. He's trying to make it to your door and not get run over. A smashing pumpkin's what he likes to play. Melancholy and the infinite sadness, the soundtrack of his day. Just a holy roller schizophrene, shitting off a log and dipping in a bog and everything in between. Live down by the creek, cook up some turtle stew. stick that coyote's head on a pike if you don't want him coming through. They really miss their friends, they miss their girls, but it's their jobs to travel them spiritual pathways of the world. A 40 St. Ives helps to pass the time. Love and peace and holy light ain't all that's on their minds, but it will be in time. I'll be your spiritual shrimp tonight, trying to make it through that spiritual lonely night. Let's go down to the river, have us a bottle of wine. Sometimes hard to know what to bring and what to leave behind, but I don't mind. Hell yeah, guys. Thank you so much. Oh, you know I live up in holy Philadelphia. Go Birds, y'all. I rock Kansas City. You know we decimated those fools in that holy Super Bowl. I rocked Kansas City a couple weeks ago, and I was ripping into them pretty good. And they were mad stoked about it. Because in Kansas City, there's other things going on other than just sports. You know, it's an actual place where people live and stuff. But I went to Lawrence, Kansas the day after that. Those shrimps do not have anything but sports going on. And maybe some bestiality, y'all, if you know what I'm saying. That might be their reality. They were not stoked when I ripped about the Chiefs to them. They started throwing cans and bottles at your boy. Play your fucking song, bro! But you know, I relished in that holy moment. It was very spiritual. There was a dude in the corner puffing crack rock. He had paid the entry fee to this spiritual bar. And I blew a string, and I had to tell a story, and the string was taking way too damn long, and I thought maybe my guitar was broken. I was kind of starting to freak out a little bit. But I'm talking about the Eagles in the Super Bowl, and the cans and bottles start flying, and the play a song, bro! People were raging, you know what I'm saying? And the dude with the crack pipe, he was really into my holy set, I guess. He was in the shadows in the corner of this mystical patio I was rocking. He was like right over there. He was going deep, like guttural, tube and throat singing, psychedelic crack rock style. And I kept thinking, am I hallucinating? I thought for a minute, have I gone completely insane? But he was in the shadows, but I'd see him light up that crack pipe. And it was off the chain, y'all. But you know, I live in holy Philadelphia, and I wrote the Super Bowl anthem called Philly Love. I believe it helped us win the holy Super Bowl. I'm not going to play that for y'all tonight. So I'm going to play a song that's even better than that. That was a remix of this song. It's called Holy Michael Loves the Birds. It's about the Eagles. It's about roller coasters. It's about Athens, Georgia. It's about haunted houses. It's about some shrimps that y'all know. It's going to be off the chain. I'm mad stoked to debut this holy song tonight. It's called Holy Michael Loves the Birds. Holy Michael loves the birds. Holy Michael loves the birds. 215 rides on Intimidator number 305. That's a roller coaster, y'all. Holy Michael loves the birds. to the holy words of his mother Earth. Holy Michael loves to sing, but he never knows the joy it brings to anyone and everything around. Tall Patty likes the dogs, often seen with a big round hog. Cleans out waterfalls in Athens, Georgia. We used to live in a haunted house where 90s ghosts roamed all around, and we learned lots about ourselves. They play with your neck hairs as you climb the attic stairs, running through the dark, trying to get to my room. Paintings and doors fell off the walls. You hear phantom footfalls, getting greasy with Brian Veazey. Skinny Michael walks the dogs. Rumor is he got a 12-inch log. Lives down at the Purgatorium. And Chanturski's got a gift. He can see shape shift to shift. Sees the world through a juggernaut's lens. And as the world moves and you learn to love the blues, as you elongate pubes and see different views, remember that I love you. Please remember that I love you. Hell yeah. That goes out to big fat Brian Veazey. Whoop whoop. I bet nobody ever wrote a holy song about Brian Veazey before. Dog, that's off the chain. When I came up with that lyric, I said, my mind, I literally was like that entire AI video shoved into one moment of that explosion. Getting greasy with Brian Veazey. That shit, I couldn't believe I came up with that. I said, my fucking God, dog. I cried. I mean, it was incredible. You know what I'm saying? We got any holy fans of Big Fat Michael Hurley up in the building tonight? Hell yeah, man. Well, you know, first I'm gonna play this other track. You know, I'm big into the roller coasters these days. You can catch me at all the psychedelic theme parks. Addicted to thrills up on them things. Having a blast. I'm part of the roller coaster scene now, y'all. It's a whole other psychedelic part of the world that I've delved into, and I feel so amazing. It's incredible. It's like mystical therapy. It's like all kinds of stuff. Meditation, Shrimpanati vibes. Man, I'm getting so inspired by these psychedelic coasters. It's incredible. It's like mountains, but made of metal and wood. You know, it's just mind-blowing. It's incredible. But, you know, I often find myself chilling at a psychedelic amusement park. And I had a day off. Well, I played early at Mystical Festival up in Chicago. I rocked about 3 p.m. in the afternoon, which allowed me to make my mystical way towards Gurnee, Illinois, to go to that holy Six Flags Great America. I had that psychedelic continental breakfast. It was off the chain. And then I went out to my car. I was getting all lubed up and ready to go. Get there 45 minutes before opening so I could reel shrimp out and get on them coasters right when they opened. Now, these lines were off the rails, legendary. This was the second opening week of the season. And I'd been on the first opening week because I was cruising out to the Midwest, and this was my last day in the Midwest. So I'd already touched mystical foot inside Great America. I actually made a really good friend, this dude I got on the first coaster called Max Force. They stuck me on next to a dude named Holy Juan. And me and this dude hit it off so hard, a week later he came to my show in Milwaukee. Now he's one of my best friends. It's mystical how that happens. When I was getting in my car at this psychedelic hotel, post-spiritual continental breakfast, psychedelic Belgian waffle shrimpanati with the stuff squashed inside, psychedelic taco shrimpanati style, with some yogurts and go-gurts and psychedelic cereals and whatnot. A couple apples in the pocket, a couple bananas in my motherfucking pocket, if you know what I'm saying. It was off the chain. A couple pieces of toast, You know what I'm saying? Maybe a couple gallons of milk, you know what I'm saying? You gotta get what you can at the psychedelic continental breakfast. Fill your car to the brim, and then you forget all that shit's in there, and at the end of the tour, you got a bunch of rotted shit up in your whip. Rotted apples popping out of backpack pockets and stuff. What is that? Rotted bananas in your pocket? It's off the chain. I'm getting in my car, and this dude comes over, Vietnam veteran shrimp. He goes, son! I said, thank you for your service, sir. How you doing? He goes, my name's Billy. You playing music tonight? I said, yo, I rocked Chicago last night. I'm rocking Bloomington, Normal, Illinois this evening. He goes, oh, damn, son. I said, hell yeah. And then all of a sudden the cops pull up, like tons of them. These fucking police coming out the woodwork. I said, what are these cops doing? He goes, I called them in. The dude sitting over there in his car is hitting that crack pipe mighty hard. This dude was snitching on a crack smoker. But as I rolled, I said, dude, I'm going to Six Flags. He goes, good luck, have fun waiting in line. And let me tell y'all, waiting in line is one of the best parts. Because you meet all kinds of mystical ass motherfuckers. And that's what this next song's about, waiting in line at roller coasters. Out to the White Rastas Collective, y'all. They used to have Michael Potter living with them. They didn't know how blessed they was at that time. It was a massage parlor up inside. It was in a closet with a white Rasta. And she had 2 small children living in the closet. And it was a psychedelic massage parlor, y'all. That was when it was over down yonder at the 441, across from that rodeo. Michael Potter was enjoying that Chunt Brothers pizza for most meals when he was over there. He would take a mystical stroll through the psychedelic Sandy Creek Nature Center, keep the spiritual on his way to the psychedelic haunted pressing plant. Man, it's off the chain. What a spiritual world we live in, y'all. I just saw Michael Potter in holy Minneapolis, Minnesota. That dude is running a sacred pressing plant up there, where people even bring in recyclable things and they turn them into like new stuff, and some of it becomes records and stuff. And holy Michael Potter is actually the head pressing shrimp at this psychedelic spot. He's living large as a motherfucker up there. So if you guys go up to Minneapolis, you should give him a holy shout, man.
Patwheeze.
Oh yeah, Patwheeze, baby. Yeah, guys, so this next track right here, you know, I was rolling down the road in San Antonio, Texas, and I seen a billboard. I was passing by a petting zoo, and they had a billboard, y'all. And this billboard just had a picture of a goat on it, and it said, "Personal Encounters." It's like private rooms at the Mystical Club, but bestial style. They weren't even trying to hide it. Personal Encounters. That blew my mind. I went, I pulled up in that spot. I'm kidding, I didn't, y'all. They got lots of livestock out there. Around here, you guys have squirrels and dogs and stuff, stray pit bulls running down the way. That's how we get bestial up in Athens. There's some cows and stuff, but I think the people around here, they got the cows. They got like 2 cows, not like 5,000. And there's some goats. But I'm not into bestiality anyways, y'all, but I know there's probably a bestial shrimp in our midst. You never know. I'm sleeping with a spiritual dog named Mrs. Bluesky tonight. But that's we're just buddies. And a dog named Miles. Used to see a big cat named B. Jizzle. Big orange puss. There's all kinds of wild animals out here. My favorite animal in Athens, Georgia, is an obese hog named 5-0. I guess she's not here tonight at the show, but, you know, I'll see her sometime again soon. Now, that holy wild hog, again, I'm not into bestiality, y'all, for real. Never done it, not even the peanut butter trick and all that kind of stuff. I love animals, I take care of them. You know, I help raise Fivyoski. I help raise all them wild pusses over there, too. And help raise Miss Bluesky sometime, and B. Jizzle, and all these other wild animals and stuff. But Fivyoski, I'm the only person that she does this with. When I come in the room, she starts humping your boy. She hops on me, and now she weighs about 300 pounds. Yo, she gets brutal on your boy. Bestial. She only does that to me, not to anybody else. Her father said it's because I would always sing her love songs when I lived with her. I would serenade her and whatnot. I guess she fell in love with your boy. Who can blame her? I love that holy hog. This song's about getting naughty in nature. This next track, brand new, mad stoked to drop it on y'all. It's called Cinnamon of the Mountains. I dedicate this one to 5-0. Cinnamon of the mountains, oh, it tastes so good to me. Lick upon a holy fountain, maybe touch upon a tree. Well, I'm way up high, but down in the valley below. And I'm loving you in the sunshine or the snow. If you never done shrooms with those wild boars, oh, you really missing out. Though it might turn to a bestial time if you know what I'm talking about. Like a grizzly busting your tent, reminiscing on a sexual sin, spiritual vibe, type of beauty make a shrimp not squint. I say love you, then I'm off to the trees. I say love you, then I'm off to the breeze. Oh, you sure believe. That's a brand new track. Let's see, guys. I got a couple more quick ones here. So yeah, Holy Michael Hurley, man. You know, I know we got some holy fans up in the building. I was lucky enough to rock the show with Big Mike back in the day at Olympia. We hung out, puffed some pounds together, and had a spiritual time. You know, he's a mentor of mine for sure. Along with that spiritual extra cornbread Steve. My boy Little Howlin' Wolf. Now me and Little Howlin' Wolf did almost have a brawl outside the Holy Go bar. Well, more, he just almost whooped my ass, basically. It was a spiritual session. Some of y'all were there. I was hanging, you know, chatting with somebody. Little Howlin' Wolf was up on stage. Man, shut the fuck up! I'm gonna come down here and beat your ass! That's what he said to me. It was incredible. He kind of cleared the room. He was known to do that all the time. He was one of the most spiritual musicians to ever walk this sacred earth we sit upon. Extra cornbread Steve, as some of y'all know, my spiritual mentor. He lived out in Palookaville, Georgia. A psychedelic spot on the side of Stumblebum Creek, way out near kind of like Carrollton, Georgia. But Extra Cornbread was house sitting one time at a crazy place called Wilder Woods in Newnan, Georgia. And I went out there. He said he had cooked me a 3-day-long slow and low pot roast. I said, bro, 3 days? That's gelatinous ooze at this point. I showed up at the spot. There was a hainted, emaciated, motherfucking skeletal ass haint dog sitting there. I said, dog, that dog is hainted as fuck. He goes, that's Mr. Bones. You're shit in your shoes. You know, I threw them Holy Crocs up on a shelf. I had some holy shrooms from my boy Bradley Bailey. Rest in peace, boy. And me and Extra Cornbread, we did some shrooms out in the back porch. It was very spiritual. He started telling me stories about how he met Bob Dylan. I said, damn, son, you met Bob Dylan? He said, yeah. Turns out he was in downtown Brattleboro, Vermont back in the day, back in the 60s. There was a beautiful woman walking down the street with boxes and bags in her hands. Heavy load. He said, can I help you with those? She said, yes, please, thank you so much. They went back to her place. He helped her move the stuff in. Dude rolled up, he goes, why are you talking to my girl? That dude was Bob Dylan. And that girl was the girl from the North Country. My jaw shattered that motherfucking porch. My eyeballs blimped out and floated off into outer space. It was time to deep throat some 3-day low and slow pot roast. My man went to go get it. He dropped it straight to the floor. That gelatinous ooze just shat everywhere. It looked like somebody's duty after they come out the Mama Sid's Pizza Buffet. And let me tell y'all, Mr. Bones came through and he just dogged all that food. A couple hours later, I went to go inspect those shoes. Actually, cornbread shoes were filled with feces beyond the brim. Looked like 2 volcanoes, post Mama Sid style. Man, it was incredible. And, it was a spiritual time. This song goes out to all our buddies, all our friends, all our mentors, everyone who's passed away. Actually, Cornbread Steve, Little Howlin' Wolf, Spiritual Michael Hurley, Big Fat Ash, all the shrimps around here and everywhere, all y'all friends that passed away. We know we gonna see them again. This song goes out to all them, man. It's called The Courts Blues. Sitting there on a pile of quartz by the riverside, thinking about those beautiful round eyes. Sitting there looking at the setting sun and wondering where you'll bide your time. Oh, you're so far away, deep in those Blue Ridge hills. Oh, you're so far away, deep in those Blue Ridge hills. Don't cry, my love, it's only a moment. Don't cry, my love, it's only a moment. Believe in that Holy Great Spirit flowing through it. Oh, damn water flows in a strange design. So does your life. Oh, that water, it will flow all the way down to the Gulf of Mexico. One day we will be in that winter sun, wandering beneath those ancient pines. But until then, I will ride that old river, yeah, and I'll be staying high. Don't cry, my love, it's only a moment. Don't cry, my love, it's only a moment. Believe in that Holy Great Spirit flowing through it. Oh, yeah. Thank you, guys. I got 3 more quick tracks. This next one goes out to my boy Willie, and also Holy Maddie and Spiegel. Hey, little frog, little jumping buddy. Hey, little frog, little jumping friend. Up in the fall, distant mountain morning. Hey, the dinosaur fin, you I pray. Dinosaur fin, up on a ridge, made out of rock, made out of rock, made the young Prawn to be born in August. Hell yeah. We got two more quick ones. This next one's a new song. It's one of my favorites I've ever written. I'm stoked to play it for you guys. And then I got one more after that. Let's check it out here. It's called Holy Weekend. Took it up to Midnight Hole, my favorite swimming spot. A day of jumping cliffs, I love you a lot. A Crown Royal and PBRs, I'm a Coaster fiend. We grilled hamburgers, I jumped naked in the stream. My neighbors saw me, butt naked. In that holy moonlight, we went to the liquor store in Newport, Tennessee, and to the Walmart, special place to me. That parking lot's the best place in the world to hang with a mountain shaman or a naughty whale-tailed country girl. Felt good to show you a place where my soul flows completely free. We went to Dollywood after Golden Corral. We both ate so much, I felt limped out like a sow. We rode lightning rod, it still had the launch. Dude got pulled off on a gurney, but that was spiritual to watch. I won't forget that. Tennessee weekend, holy weekend, holy weekend, holy weekend, holy weekend. Thank you, guys. I got one last track. Guys, I got mad 12-inch shrimps out there. And there's some other shrimp shirts too. I seen some other shrimp shirts out there. I said, oh my God. They got shrimp time. They got spiritually lubricated shrimp. We got 12-inch shrimps. We got, I don't know, 3-inch tapes. We got psychedelic, you know, all kinds of mystical shit out there. So holler at us, guys. After the show, we got all three of us. Big Space Brothers got his new 12-inch vinyl shrimp out there. You better get them shits quick, because that shit, that's just flying like hotcakes at a motherfucking continental breakfast at Holiday Inn Express in mystical Yonkers, New York. It is off the chain, y'all. So like seriously, come get some merch from all of us, man. You know, I'm trying not to end up down by the Oconee River in a psychedelic tent. So please holler at me with some, you know, I got t-shirts, y'all. I have medium, large, XL. Missing the shriveled homies already bought all the smalls, and the spiritually obese shrimps already got all the 3, 4, or 5X. But in Asheville, in 2 days, I get a whole new load of them spiritual t-shirts. So, you know, you can holler at your boy later if you're shriveled or girthed. And, just holler at me in the future and I'll have one for you. But this last song right here, I want to thank Nathan for helping set up this sacred show. I want to thank my good friend Donald Fagan for rocking. I want to thank the Holy Cult of Begonia for being such good friends and for playing such good music. I want to thank Cholo Cholo for being a spiritual venue. It's been a beautiful evening of music, guys. Let's hang after the show. Mediocre cheesesteak restaurant. I knew not to even go near those things. I got up loaded fried. I was sitting there when the dude come rolling up. He was sitting in a patio, me and a couple trip knots. Dude come rolling up, obviously straight up the Caucasus mountain range. He was a real estate agent. I said, oh no, from the Caucasus mountains. A hated real estate agent. Those guys that just came from the open house. I said, oh, hell no. He proceeded to shove his Caucasian fingers down into my loaded fries. Never even seen this guy before. He's grabbing my fries, grabbing a girthed out pile with his fingers. Don't touch nobody's loaded fries. Especially if you don't know them. But I didn't say anything. I just kind of chilled. I was in shock. Dude went to go get a pizza slice. He come back and sit down at the table. He said, I think the family's gonna buy this property. I said, damn, son. All of a sudden, a spiritual karmic breeze blew across that patio. Blew his pizza slice straight off the plate. Landed upside down, cheese down, on a pile of fresh pigeon shit. And then he goes, oh damn son. And he bent over, he picked up that slice, he dusted the feces off, but I could tell it didn't even come close to dusting all the feces. I could see it. I could see that fecal matter all over that slice. Fresher than the slice itself. He dogged that thing. And after he deep throated that slice, he started looking a little crazy. He said, dog. I said, what? He goes, you see that over there? There was a family. They were watching. They were gawking. A mystical family of 4, maybe 5. They were gawking at him. He goes, that family right there, they were the ones that were supposed to buy the property. Word on the streets is that family did not purchase that property because they saw their hated real estate agent deep-throating a feces-covered slice. An allegorical tale, y'all. Spiritual vibe. This song goes out to all y'all in Athens. I love you guys so much. Glad to be here. Holler at me after the show. This one's for you. It's called the Stevedville Blues. Well, I've been up the Stevedville in my will, got myself a psychedelic trail, ain't no place like Stevedville, Tennessee. Well, I did some Yankee powder, popped a couple of so much, guys. Have a spiritual evening. Give me a holy shout if you want a t-shirt. Spiritual 12-inch shrimp. Love you guys. Have a holy evening.